Today, on Be Something Wonderful, how to stop dwelling on the past and worrying about your future. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back and good morning from the studios here of Be Something Wonderful. Big video for you today. It comes from a session yesterday, a client that watched the revision video that was released on the membership channel. And he said, wow, I think I really get it this time, right? Another one of those light bulb moments where he said, it's not about me trying to change a past event or trying to change my past. This particular client had some grief and some traumatic experiences in what he calls his past, right? What we all call the past, right? And this idea that it's not about changing those, but rather creating a new past event or a new alternative horizontal linear experience that makes more sense to who he defines himself to be now. This is what we talked about on the membership channel. I want to cover this idea because he said before that I was really dwelling on the past. It was hard for me to get over, and it was hard for me to think that you can change it. So I want to talk about this whole idea of changing the past. Remember, we're not changing it. You can't change anything in infinity. You can't change any part of God. All possibilities exist. All realities exist within you. So it's about choosing how you would have liked things to be rather than what you're remembering. To remember again, to remember it righteously. Right? Whenever you're remembering something that is unwanted or something that you feel is traumatic or attached to grief, you're remembering it wrong. It's not to ignore any of those feelings that you felt or might even still be feeling. It's to feel it all and then choose again. To remember that the whole idea of being healed or healing means to see yourself as whole. In other words, see yourself as that one reality, that one God that exists in all possibilities. And that all possibilities exist within you, all images, all realities, all alternative parallel realities. All versions of you exist. And then choosing from the perspective of who you are now, what you want to experience, how you would like to remember it. Remember, when you decide who you are, that changes everything. It changes that horizontal past, it changes that horizontal linear future. And you create the past and future right now from this moment, from your choice of who you are. So next level revision, remember I talked about this, really unpacked this in a way we never really unpacked it before on the membership channel a few days ago. Next level revision, that's what I call it, right? Next level Neville. Next level Neville got it. Just bringing it up a notch here. Is not about trying to change a past event or getting rid of it. It's not about ignoring the grief or the pain that you may have experienced. It's about choosing again. It's not even a mere change of attitude or perception, although your attitude and perception will change. It's actually choosing a new alternative reality, a new alternative past event that makes more sense to who you define yourself to be now, right? Remembering it how you would have liked it to unfold or be, while not invalidating any other possibility or reality. In other words, all realities, all alternative parallel existences exist. You within them and them within you. Revision moves you to a new identity and version of events that represent how you desire yourself to, how you define yourself to be now. And that changes all time, past, present, and future. Do you see it? It's all getting defined now by who you are. And that act of revision changes who you decide to be now. The very act of revising the event, how you would have liked it to be, changes who you are right now. It changes you into that ideal. And it's that identity that actually creates that new past event, not the other way around. That's powerful, right? That's what it means to be healed or whole. The recognition that all realities, all events, all images, and all possibilities exist within you, and then choosing where to dwell now. We're going to cover this like we never have before. And the whole question, I know, he goes, I know I can't change the past, but I think I understand it better than before, that it's not even about changing the past. It's not, right? You're implying you have to live with it. When you say it in the way that most mean it, in the linear horizontal experience, they're saying that, well, you can't change the past. It's done, right? Implying that you have to live with it. You have to deal and cope with it. You got to learn something from it, right? But remember, it's not about changing the past. It's knowing that you have infinite past events or experiences to choose from. You're just remembering one of them. You can't change any part of God or creation. Creation's finished. All possible realities, all identities, all versions, all timelines, all scripts, all images, all perceptions, all thoughts, all feelings, and all sensations exist. And they live and move and have their being in that one divine mind with which you are one. Right? The Father and I are one. The Father is greater than I. Right? You are not here to change anything. You're not here to fix anything. You're not here to dwell on the past to improve the present in hopes of a better future. Right? Sometimes we dwell on the past to see what lessons we learned and see what we can do with it. Try to heal it. Try to get closure on things, right? You're not here to dwell on that to try to improve the present in hopes of a better future. You're here to define who you are now, which creates that new past and that new future. This is big. So stop dwelling on the past. There's no past to dwell on. There's no present to deal with. There's no future to worry about. So I get it. That's what you get from your friends and family. Yeah, stop dwelling on the past, right? But the meaning of that's much bigger in the way that we believe it is, right? The cliche that we say. There's only who you are and where you are here and now. That's Moses answering God when God goes, Moses, Moses, and Moses says, here I am. So whenever you dwell on anything, whenever you deal with anything, whenever you worry about anything, you're creating that experience or that image or reality here and now. That's why you don't want to dwell on the past, because you're creating it right now. It's not because there's a past to dwell on. Do you see it? Because there is no past. Everything's here and now. There's only one moment in time. The real power of that is you're creating it when you dwell on it. There is nothing to dwell on. Your reality is what you're assuming, believing, imagining, and focused on right now, here and now. That's why in that scene, that Netflix show, The Chosen, Jesus, the healing at the Pool of Bethesda, look at me, look at me. Moses, Moses, here I am. There's no past to dwell on. You're creating it. When you remember something, that's an imaginal scene. You're creating that right now. That's powerful. So the meaning of stop dwelling on the past is bigger than a mere cliche or a linear lower mind advice, right, that we give out. Because creation is finished and all possible outcomes and realities already exist in potential. Wherever you are dwelling, whenever, not wherever or wherever, but whenever you are dwelling on anything, thoughts, feelings, conditions, people, events, and circumstances, whenever you're doing that, you're dwelling on the past. Because in a larger understanding, it's all the past. Creation's finished. But we don't mean the past in terms of linear time. We mean there's one moment in time. Creation's finished. It's already there. It already exists in potential. So you're dwelling on the past, but you're dwelling on that eternal past. Before Abraham, I am. The past that exists and will always exist. The only moment in time. Do you see it? Right? All possible alternative or parallel realities exist. That's why A Course in Miracles says the script is written. So there's infinite scripts, infinite film rolls, infinite possibilities and realities and identities. And you see they're always changing. right? All potential exists. They all exist in potential. So it's not just the past, present, and future that we think of in a linear sense. It's the past the past present, and the past future. And as you remember something, you're recreating that. Creation's finished, or you're recreating it for yourself. You're moving to that script or that lifeline or that reality. That's powerful. So stay with me here. Whether you are remembering the past, dealing with the present, or imagining the future, you're creating it here and now because it all exists in that one eternal moment, right? We see that one eternal moment from infinite viewpoints, infinite perspectives, infinite scripts and realities and identities. And we have this linear experience of past, present, and future. But creation's finished. So all of those already exist in each identity, in each lifeline, in each alternative parallel reality already exists. You have a past, a past present, and a past future. And so as you remember something, that's your imaginal scene, lighting it up, right? Moving to that experience. So you're creating it here and now. You're choosing, not changing, where you live in consciousness. Everything exists as potential in consciousness. So as you remember, as you're remembering the past or dealing with the present or imagining the future, whatever you want to call it, you're creating all of it here and now. Your past, present, and future experience. You're choosing, not changing, where you live in consciousness because all possibilities exist. You exist in all memories, all images, all realities, and all possibilities. But where you dwell is your choice. Wow. But this is big. That's why in Scripture, when Jesus said, in my Father's house, in the one divine mind of God, and all that is, are many dwelling places or mansions or rooms. So there are many places to dwell or to live and have your being. They all exist. They all exist, and you exist in all of them. But where you live, where you dwell, is up to you. Wow. Remember, you're one with the divine mind. You're one with all that is. So you exist in all of them. That's why Jesus said, in my Father's house are many dwelling places, or many mansions or rooms. The only question then is, where are you and who are you? Right? Remember when Moses answers, here, that's where I am, that's who I am. Right? That's powerful. Where I live is my choice. Here I am. Decide that you're going to live in that ideal, who you are now, what you choose now, and that determines your past and future, who you were and who you will be. Gets all created now. Do you see it? That horizontal past gets created from who you deciding who you are now and where you are now. Not dwelling on a past event, but creating your preference, creating that event that makes more sense to who you define yourself to be now. Past, present, and future. I am the one and only source of my life experience. That's what here I am means. I am the one and only source, the one and only God of my life experience. That's powerful. In Deep Space Nine, the Star Trek episode Emissary, I talked about this in other videos. It's the It's Not Linear video. I actually put a link below to the scene from Star Trek. Commander Sisko is explaining to the light beings, right, about linear time, right? As he remembers the moment, and he's explaining this to the light beings, right, on this other planet. The light, remember, represents your I am awareness. So it's like you talking your I am awareness, right, about linear time. They don't get linear time. Linear time makes no sense to them, right? But of course, they're light beings, so they have all-knowing, but they don't look at linear time. So Commander Sisko is explaining to the light linear time. As he remembers, while he's doing this, he's brought back to the memory, the moment when he finds his wife dead during a battle with the Borg. He was in a battle on a Starfleet ship where it was being attacked, right? And his wife died in that battle, and he keeps reliving that. He keeps dwelling in that past. And then as he's telling them, because he's trying to tell them, explaining the cool thing about linear time, right? And Cisco, and so he kept getting brought back to this moment as he was talking about teaching them about linear time, right? And then Cisco says to the light, why do you always bring me back here? This is what the feeling that we get sometimes. Why am I always experiencing this? Why hasn't my reality changed? Why do I keep thinking about that past event, that drama and trauma or grief or whatever it is that's not desired anymore, right? And then light says to Cisco, the light, right, the light beings, your I am awareness, you exist here. Wow, you exist here. Not only does he exist there, he exists in all memories, all images, but he's choosing to exist in this image. He's still on the ship where his wife died. He never left the ship. It's not linear. And as he's in this one scene, you can see the scenes change as Cisco remembers other moments in his life. So it doesn't just show that moment, but it shows other moments, happier moments, right? When he's with his wife and they're when they first met, all of those moments are being shown, but he always returns to the moment when he finds his dead wife. Wow, I'm getting tingles on this. This is how we live our life sometimes, right? We have all of these wonderful memories and moments that we can choose from, right? Remember, we're infinite beings, but he keeps returning to this one. He's living there. He's existing there. He's creating his entire past, present, and future from that moment. It's not linear, right? It's not linear. The light to Cisco, we do not bring you here. You bring us here. You exist here. Wow. Do you see that? Remember, you consciously choose what you're going to remember, what you're going to imagine, where you're going to live, where you're going to exist in reality. All realities, all possibilities. But sometimes we just want to exist in the good ones and not the bad memories. Right? We want to invalidate the bad, and this is what he was doing. He's trying to forget the bad, trying to invalidate it, trying to say it doesn't exist, but he kept returning to it. It makes it more real. It makes it reality, right? Instead, it's about how does Cisco heal in this, Commander Cisco heal? By the recognition that he exists in all realities, all possibilities, and that he becomes healed as he integrates that experience of finding his wife dead on the ship into all of that he is. Accepting it, he still continued to feel the emotions, but integrated it into the entire infinite being that he is. That's what it means to heal, to be made whole. It's to know that you're already whole and to integrate all possibilities into that being that you are, right? And so they said, "You not bring us." He kept bringing his focus there, right? That's the power of your conscious mind. You keep bringing your focus there. You live there. You exist in all moments. But where you dwell is your choice. Wow, in my Father's house are many mansions or many dwelling places, right? You exist in all moments, all realities. But where you dwell, where you live, is your choice. Very powerful today. Cisco was living the traumatic event over and over again of finding his wife, recreating it here and now, to finally admit that it's not linear. This is what my client loved about some of those videos he watched on the channel that talks about it's not linear in the Deep Space Nine episode, right? That you keep reliving them, right? Remember, trauma is not linear. Healing is not linear. It's about recognizing that they all exist within you. That trauma doesn't go away, the grief doesn't go away, but neither does the happiness and the joy. It's all part of who you are. Do you see it? Not just this moment and that one. We try to select which ones we want to validate or include as who we are. But you're greater than all of these experiences. You're greater than all the greatest joys. You're greater than that. The worst traumas, you're greater than that. You're greater than all of this. Healing's not linear. Trauma's not linear. It's about recognizing that all possible realities, events, images, and moments exist within you, and you within them. And then choosing where to live, where to dwell, and where to have your being, right? Light says to Cisco, so you choose to exist here. It's not linear. The light says that to Cisco. And Cisco finally breaks down, right? He's feeling all the emotions, right? That he's been covering up and trying to ignore, trying to invalidate, remembering that shit, but trying to only remember the good times, right? Finally, he opens up himself to healing and says, no, it's not linear. He gets it that it's not linear. He's not linear. That he's a being much greater than all of those memories, all of those experiences. It's about integrating it all, right? That recognition, it's about becoming more aware of who you really are, right? That's what all healing is. It's about remembering who you really are, that I am awareness, that infinite divine being, that whole you, that divine you. Right? Healing doesn't happen in time. It doesn't happen in linear time. Do you see it? It's a decision to be more aware of your true nature as I am awareness. Wow. Very powerful today. So it's not about denying past experiences of drama and trauma. And it's not even about trying to hold on to the joyous ones, the ones that you love the most loving experiences. The idea is that you don't have to hold on to anything. You don't have to deny anything. You don't have to invalidate anything. You can let it all be. It's about recognizing the experiences of grief, loss, and pain and integrating all of it into the whole or healed you of who you really are. It's about integrating all of it, not just the joyous experiences, but all of them, right? You don't have to hold on to the joy. The joy is who you are. You don't have to hold on to the pain or the drama and trauma. Integrate it all. You are greater than any one experience, event, or image, or thought, or feeling, or perception, or sensation. You're the awareness within all of it lives and moves and has its being, right? Because you are all of them. You're all that is. It all takes place within you. You're not defined by any one event, any one identity, or image, or perception. In fact, you're all of them. That's what it means to be healed or whole. It's not linear. You're creating your past, present, and future by where and who you are now. Do you see it? Here I am. There you are. That's your true nature as I am awareness. And then you decide what ideal that you want to live now, right? That's what revision is. As you revise events, as you imagine your ideal future, as you remember things how you would like them to be, you create a linear past and a linear future that makes more sense to who you are defining yourself right now. It's all changing because all of those realities exist within you. And you're always shifting and moving between infinite possibilities and infinite experiences. That's powerful. That's how to stop dwelling on the past and worrying about the future, because what's to worry about? You're creating it right now, the future. What's to dwell on? You're creating it right now. You don't dwell on it, you create it. And you create it according to your ideal, that I am awareness, who you want to be. The Son of God, the Son of Man, having that horizontal linear experience. That's powerful. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the ambassadors at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. We released a video a few days ago on revision, on this idea of next level revision. That's available now for viewing. If you're a member, view it. If you're not, check out the link below. We also have our fourth live stream of the year this Sunday, right? This Sunday at 9 a.m. in the morning, Pacific Coast Standard Time. I'm going to come to you live right here from the studios of Be Something Wonderful on the membership channel, answering your questions and comments you've been sending to us at info@besomethingwonderful.com. Keep sending them. We're continuing to take in questions and topics, and I'm going to answer questions live right on the chat. So if you're a member, join us. If you're not a member, check out the link below. Creators with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude. This is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.